फिर आपको कंफर्म करो। हाँ, और आपके इधर भी आ जाएगा। हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, ये चेक कर। तो बिल्कुल कौन सा
So, good morning, children. Let others join. We are waiting. You please tell me, are you getting the link or not? Okay, good morning, children. 9th and we both got the link, no? Both got? So before starting the text, I will tell the introduction of the story. Is taking page number 82. Beehive. You please open. Beehive page number 82. You please open. Okay. Okay. Page number 82. Please see, children. Okay. So as I told you, it is a funny story. So as I have told, it is a funny story written by Jerome K. Jerome. Jerome always writes funny stories. So the problem with a small thing called packing. So packing generally we pack to go on a journey or for an expedition. So the author was always proud of himself being a good packer, but he hated that orders. So he wanted to give orders and others he wanted to follow. He wanted to give orders and others should follow the orders. That was his intention. But the opposite happened. Both George and Harris did not do anything. They waited the author to do something. And after the packing is over, one of them reminded him whether the soap was inside. Then he removed everything, and again they checked, and it was there. Then also the other was afraid that he did not pack the toothpaste, because always it haunts him day and night that he is packing the toothbrush or not and the toothpaste or not. That's why he made things up and down. At last he found the toothbrush inside a boot, and his problem was solved with great difficulty. He strapped the bag and waited. So both George and Harish now took the turn to do the packing. As told, they are worse packers than the author himself. The author prided himself, but he was also good for nothing. Similarly, the case with George and Harish, they also were not good at packing. They started to pack, but the first catastrophe or accident happened when they broke a cup. When they broke a cup and their packing started. Up to this we have read. Okay, children. So I have sent the photo, you please see. Okay, I have sent the photo, you please check. Now you see children, this is the background of this story which we have already taught. Now please open page number 85. 85, you please open page number 85. Okay, so they began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. Evidently means trying. Okay, so now it is the turn of George and Harish to pack. So they wanted to show that they are good packers than the author himself. That's why they intentionally started the packing. I made no comments. I only waited. So the author has to say nothing but to wait and watch what's happening. I only waited with the exception of George. Harish is the worst packer in the world, and I looked at the piles of plates and cups, and kettles and bottles and jars and piles, soaps and cakes, tomato, etc., and felt that this will be exciting. Why? Because you see the picture. See the picture now, how they are fumbling with things and making the things upside down. Okay. So they were criticizing the author initially. Now the author also sat comfortably and wanted to see their packing skills. So they started with an accident. What was it? Breaking the cup. They started breaking the cup, and that was the first thing they did. They did just that to show you that they could do and to get you interested. So the author is not getting angry. He is telling that they broke the cup in order to show that this is the beginning. We entered into packing business in a serious manner, and this is the beginning of the breaking of the cup. That is the first attempt. So the author's impression to show that he is a real packer. That was the first thing they did. They did what just to show you that they could do and to get you interested. So to get you interested means to draw your attention that they are good packers. They started breaking the cup. Then Harish packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squash tree. Squash means pressed. Because you know, strawberry jam is pressed, what will happen? It will spread. So it was spread over the tomato. And they had to pick out the tomato with a tablespoon. So what was the outcome? With spoon they have to collect all the tomato. and then it was George's turn, and he trod on the butter. Trod. So tread, trod, past tense. Tread, trod. So what happened? There was some butter down. So what he did, unintentionally he put his foot on the butter and flipped without making noise. So but I came over and I did not say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. So you see, children, this is the author, and these are George and Harris. Okay, they are trying to pack, and the author is watching them comfortably. Because initially, when the author was packing, they were watching and making fun. Now it is the turn of the author. So they also could not pack properly because they showed they are wasp packers by taking the cup, by beginning the work. Then what things happened? They squashed the strawberry and they also trod over the butter. Please open page number 86. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. I felt that it made them nervous and excited. So what was the outcome? Both of them, who? George and Harris, became nervous and excited and put things behind them. And they stepped on things and could not find where they wanted them. So they were putting their feet on the things which were required. So initially they tried to do better, but that was an accident. A cup broke down. Then they started doing to show that they are better packers, but that did not happen. And they became irritated and nervous because their packing business was going to be a total failure. Okay. And they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies in. So actually we should put the light things on the top. So the fundamental rule of packing is to put heavy things down to put the light things on top. But what they did the opposite. Who? George and Harris. George and Harris, they put the light things down and put the heavy things on the top. As a result, what happened? The things were destroyed. Smashed means broken down. SMASST. Broke down. So the result was catastrophic. Why? Because they smashed everything. So, and they packed the pies at the bottom and put heavy things on top and smashed the pies on. So small pies were there to eat as fast food or breakfast. These all were broken because they could not pack properly. So the fundamental rule of packing was that to put the soft things on the top and to put the heavy things down. But what they did, George and Harris, they did the opposite. As a result, what happened? The things were broken. And what was the evidence earlier we got? That there were last packers that they broke a cup. They wanted to show they are good packers, but what they did could not pack properly and broke a cup. Number one. Number two, the Harris trod over the butter. So they started putting things down and putting their leg and flipping over it once and again. So they became irritated and nervous. At the same time, they also did a wrong thing. What they did? They put the hard things, heavy things down and by putting the light things on top. That was the rule against packing. As a result, what happened? The light things started breaking down. Okay. Then you see, page number 86, 10th paragraph. Page number 86, 10th paragraph. You please see. They offset salt over everything, and as for the butter, I never saw two men do more than 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. Pence means plural of penny. Means so much butter they spoiled. Penny singular, plural is pence. It is the plural of penny. So much butter and salt they spoiled in the process. You cannot say. Then they did, after George had got it off his slipper, they tried to put it in the kettle. It could not go in. So the slipper, George's slipper it was just mixed with butter. They again tried to put the excess butter in the kettle. It would not go in, and what was it would not come out. So neither it went in nor it came out. It became such that butter, it is a oily substance, and also it freezes, so the butter might have become hard. So they wanted to put it inside the kettle. So they could not either enter in or come out. So they did scrape it last and put it down on a chair, and Hari sat on it, and it struck to him. They went looking for it all over the room. So again what they did, they kept it on the room, and Haris also sat over the butter. But what the hell? They were searching for butter throughout the room. So absent-mindedly Haris also sat over the butter. But what happened? He did not realize, and they were scampering. They were scampering for butter throughout the room. They were searching desperately. Okay. So three things proved that they were not good packers. Number one, they broke the cup. Number two, they trod over the butter. Number three, they kept the soft things down and heavy things up. So these all proves that they were worse packers than the author himself. So the author was troubled packing. Again, they also got troubled by packing also. Clear? Okay. So the packing was done at 12:50, and Haris sat at the big hamper and said he hoped nothing would be found broken. So once the packing, it took so much long time, and it became almost 12:50. George said that if anything was to be broken, it was broken, which reflection seemed to comfort him. So they came to a conclusion that the best packing we could do is this, and if anything is broken, they are not responsible. So they simply shifted the responsibility and told this is the best packing we could ever do. We were all ready for bed. Haris was to sleep with us that night, and we went upstairs. We closed for bed, and Haris said to sleep with me. He said, "Do you prefer the inside or the outside day?" I said, "I generally prefer to sleep inside a bed." Then Haris told it was odd. "What time shall I wake you fellows?" Haris said 7. I said no 6 because I wanted to write some letters. So what was the proposal? He asked, "You want to sleep inside the bed or on the outside?" Said he told, "I prefer to sleep inside." And one suggested at 7, one suggested at 6 because he had to write some letters. Haris said, "I had a bit of row. Row means argument or quarrel. Row means row has two meanings. Here, argument, quarrel. So then they thought over the time, because what begins well ends well. But as that did not begin well, naturally what will happen? It will not end well also. Wake at 6:30, George said. They came to a conclusion that somebody is telling 6, somebody is telling 7. So let us reach at a compromise. What is the compromise? The compromise was 6:30, in between 6 and 7. George made no answer, and we found on going over that he had been asleep for some time. So he placed the bath where he could tumble into it on getting out in the morning and went to bed ourselves. So at last they went to bed. Who? All the three friends. And this is the incident of them. Then you see page number 86, it is not explained. I will take my oath, I put it down over the chair. So what happened? Page number 86, you see again, children. We have skipped some parts and I will tell you in detail. It irritated them more than anything I could have said. I felt that it made them nervous and excited. So the feeling of the two friends while packing, because they always criticized the usher, but when they were packing, the worst had happened. I felt that I made them nervous and excited. So the author was also feeling somewhat triumphant because this is his victory. And they stepped on things and put things behind them and then could not find them whenever they wanted them. So these three sentences shows that these people were not at all good and systematic packers. They were keeping something somewhere, again finding, again losing, again searching. So like this it went on. The time went on like anything. And they packed the pies at the bottom and they put heavy things on top and smashed the pies. As I told, the fundamental rules of packing, to put the heavy things down and to put the light things on top, they did not obey. As a result, what happened? Things started breaking. They upset salt over something, and as for the butter, I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life than they did. So how much this shows? They spoiled the butter totally. After George had got so the problem with slippers, I told, and they wanted to keep it inside the kettle. It did not go in. Also, it did not come out. I will take my oath, I put it down on that chair, said George, sitting at the empty seat. So he kept the butter on the chair and sat down, then went on searching for it. Who is the best packer? Nobody, I think. Nobody, I think, because all were like that. All were like that. We cannot say, but comparatively, the author is a better packer, I will say, because you see, alone he did, and these two are helping each other and doing and committing mistakes. Okay. I will take my oath. I put it down on the chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. I saw you do myself here not a minute ago, said Harris. Then they started running around the room looking for it and then met again in the center and stared at one another. So you see the funny thing. They have kept the butter on the chair. One of them sat over it and again going on searching throughout the corner of the room and meeting again in the center. Again running in the opposite sides and searching, again meeting. This happened many times. Okay. Yes. Manali is correct because he does not. Yes. Because he does not break anything, so he may be called the best packer. These two, they spoiled many things like butter, like the cup they broke. Okay. It's so mysterious, said Harris. Then George went round to wake up Harris and saw it. Why here it is all the time? He exclaimed indignantly. Indignantly means annoyed and angry. Indignant means maybe annoyed, angry. Because at that class they found it was already there. They were unnecessarily searching for it. Stand still. Why? Where? Said Harry, spinning round. Spinning means turning. Spinning. Spinning is turning. Spinning is turning. Okay. So stand still, you cannot do roll, just flying after him. And they got it off and packed it on the teapot. Because George was afraid, again he will keep the butter somewhere and they will be in tension. So he rolled. So a man will not roll, a tiger or a lion will roll. But he was so angry, he rolled at him. And they got it off and packed it in the teapot. At last, with great difficulty, the water was found and kept in the teapot. Montmorency was in it all. So that is the name of the dog. This is the dog. So see the picture of the dog crouching over the packing. So the name of the dog was Montmorency. So of course Montmorency's ambition in life is to get in the way and to be sworn in. Sworn in means to swear. Here in Austin sworn in. So that was his habit. So the dog's habit was to trouble everybody and get scolded. That was his habit. So when such a funny business like packing is going on, how can the dog be quiet? He also joined enthusiastically. How? If he can squirm anywhere. Squirm means move, completing, very particularly is not wanted and be a perfect nuisance and make people mad and have things thrown at his head, then he feels his day is not wasted. So that was the nature of the dog is trouble others and get scolded, and if he is not troubling, he thinks that my day is wasted. Who's the dogs? So the dog also he created a lot of trouble. So once the pecking is over, he will go and create trouble. And the dog's nature was that unless it is scolded, it thinks my day is wasted. That's why always it tries to do something and create problem for others. Who? The dog. What is the name of the dog? Montmorency. Montmorency is the name of the dog. To get somebody to stumble over and catch him steadfastly in an hour is his highest aim in object. Stumble means to push, to come and dash. Stumble means to dash. To get in the way. So many things are told about the nature of the dog. If the dog is not scolded, the dog thinks my day is wasted. And what is his aim in life? To create trouble for others and make a nuisance so that others will cause it. If the dog is not scolded, it thinks my day is wasted. Okay, and make people mad and have things thrown on his head, then he feels his day is not wasted. So his day is successful when he troubles others. So this is the picture of the dog you see, sitting over the packing. To get somebody to stumble over him and catch him steadily for an hour is the highest aim in object. When you are succeeded, he accomplishes this in conceit becomes quite unbearable. Conceit means feeling pride, to feel proud. So like the friends, the dog was also a perfect nuisance. It gets trouble for others always, and whenever it is not troubling, it thinks that my day is wasted. That's why the dog also keeps on troubling them time and again. He came and sat down on the things just when they were wanted to be packed. So he did not leave anybody. See the picture in page number 87. The picture is there. It shows the dog sitting over the packing and not allowing others. and he labored under the pitch. He believed that whenever Haris or George reached out their hand for anything, it was his cold damp nose that they wanted. So when they were searching for anything, what they could touch was his nose. And he was sitting in such a position, if you put your hand on the bag, what will you touch? What will you touch? You will touch his nose only. Nose was cold. So such a nuisance the dog was. So as I told you children, the dog was also a perfect nuisance. Number one, its habit was to come in the way of everything, make people mad and get scolded. Number two. Number three, if the dog is not scolded or not troubled anybody, the dog thinks my day has been wasted. So always it wants to trouble people. Who? The dog. So what it did, that when they were pecking, it sat on the pecking and did not allow anybody to go near the pecking. So it sat in such a position that if you move your hand anywhere, you will not touch anything except the nose of the dog. The nose was dusty and also damp. Damp means wet. So you will touch the wet nose of the dog. So and he put his legs into the jam and he worried dog. And also he worried, troubled the teaspoons. And with lemons it started playing as if the lemons were dolls. As well the lemons were like rats, and get into the hamper and killed 3 of them before Haris could land him with a frying pan. So he was spoiling the lemons. So Haris became angry and came with a frying pan to beat the dog. You see, this is Haris. Okay, this is Haris. This is the dog. So he is threatening the dog with a frying pan. See the picture. This is Haris, and this is the dog. He is threatening the dog to beat with a frying pan. Okay. Then you see page number 88. 3 of them before Haris could land him in the frying pan. Haris and said, I encouraged him. I did not encourage him. Actually, he again told the author that you are only encouraging the dog. Whom he told? He told the author. But the author did not do anything. But he is accusing the author, you are encouraging the dog. Please go to page number 88. Paragraph 14 you see. I did not encourage him. A dog like that does not want any encouragement. It is a natural original sin that is born in him and makes him do things like that. So he told, I did not encourage the dog, and the dog is by birth, the dog is a nuisance. And he always troubles people like this, and how I will teach the dog. Then I told you the conclusion earlier. The pecking was over at 12:50, and they went to bed. And there was also fighting who will sleep inside the bed, who will sleep on the outer edge. And the author was ready. And again for waking, they had a problem. Some told 7 o'clock, some told 6 o'clock. At last they agreed. They will wake up at 6:30. A compromise is there. Neither it is 7 nor it is 6, and they stopped their packing and went to bed. So this is the story. You see the children. The summary is like that. The author was priding himself like a good packer, but he was not, and he always wanted to give orders, and he himself did not want to listen orders from anybody. So he told, I will take care of the packing. He thought his friends will come and help him, but they did not help. They sat comfortably on the chair and watched him packing. So when the packing was over, one of them asked whether he has kept the boots inside or not. So the author was in tension. Again he brought out everything and packed the boots. Then he himself remembered that he always forgets the toothbrush. So he kept again brought things outside, searched and searched for the toothbrush. At last he found it. What is the word? Hamper means to do some harm. To do some harm. Hamper. To create some difficulty. Okay. Then what happened? Then so with great difficulty found the toothbrush. So then whether that was the Harish asked him whether he has kept the soap inside. Then he again opened and searched. So in this way his packing business was over. Now the two friends who George and Harish wanted to pack. Yes, yes. Wanted to pack. They were also worst packers. How do you know? Because they broke a cup initially, and that is Arthur funnily telling. Means they have they are announcing that they have reached in the packing scene. That's why to announce that they have broken the cup. Now one by one they created a problem because number one they squashed the strawberry over the tomato. Then also they spread the butter. The butter was spread and spoiled so much that it has to be collected. Yes, yes, basket. Yes, yes. Then you see, then they auction everything. Why? Because they get the heavy things up and soft things down. So these things started breaking one by one. So at last, when the packing was almost over, what happened? The dog sat over the packing and did not allow them to go. So with great difficulty, they removed the dog. And now they went to sleep. It was already 12:50 and they had a row. Then who will sleep inside the bed? Who will sleep out? Then that problem was solved. Then they will get up. That was another problem. The problem was that one told 6, one told 7. Then again they had an argument and at last it was agreed that they will wake up at 6:30, neither 7 nor 6. Okay. Now the problem is solved and George, Harish and the Arthur, they went to bed hoping to wake up in the morning. Hoping to wake up in the morning. Okay. So any doubt is there, you text. Okay, we will go to the thinking about the text. So, one A. How many were there for packing? How many? You can tell 4. George. Then Jerome himself. Jerome is the author. Then George. Harish. And who else? The one more is the dog. So better to write 4 because the dog also was taking active part in the packing. Yes, Manali correct. Why did the narrator volunteer to do the things? Why did the narrator because he thought he is a better packer. Because he thought that alone he can do the job. So how do you know when he tells leave it to me, leave it packing part entirely to me means he alone is telling he will do it. Then see how did they react. So as I told you, they reacted in a nice way. One of them sat down in the armchair, other one comfortably slept in the sofa and watching him doing the packing. They became who George and Henry. They became carefree, they did not take any responsibility. And let the author is Jerome, to do all the packing. So they did not do help at all. What they did, they comfortably they sat down. They became happy because they had no work, and also they sat in the sofa and in the chair without doing anything. What was Jerome's real intention when he offered to pack? His intention was that he will direct George and Harris. The author impressed upon his friends that he was a better packer. Then they felt into the suggestion. George, yes, good answer, but I made it short. Okay, children, I made it short. Then he thought that he will be giving direction to them for doing the packing. He will not do anything, but the opposite happened. They did not help at all. Who? George and Harris. What did Harris say after the bag was shut and strapped? So whether he has put the boots in. When the bag was closed, Harris asked whether he has packed the boots or not. Packed and strapped. Why do you think he kept quiet? Because intentionally, as I told you, their problem was to trouble the author. That's why they did it intentionally. Okay. Then what was the horrible offered to Jerome? Because he remembered that always it was a problem for him to remember the toothbrush. So it haunts him always. So he thinks that whether he has packed the toothbrush or not. So again, what he did, he unpacked everything and searched for the toothbrush. At last, the toothbrush was found inside a boot. Okay. So question 1 to 3, I am sending the photo. Okay. I have said the answer of 1 to 3. Please see children. Please see for yourself. Okay. Then you see what was his real intention. Jerome's real intention was to make George and Harris. Okay. What? To make them what? Under his direction. So he wanted to tell them that they have to work and he will only give orders. But that did not happen. So the time is of children. Next period we will do the question answers. You please make your classwork ready. And anytime if school opens, yes, you have submitted, but it is in Google. It is not opening. We will try to do something today in memory card or something. Then we will check. Don't worry. Okay, bye, children.